Hello, this is Pat O'Connor with O'Connor and Associates, and this video is part of a series on unequal appraisal. And when you start reading the tax code on unequal appraisal, the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to fall asleep. I mean, it is so complicated and tedious to read that it is difficult to understand. And what it talks about is if the appraisal ratio of the subject property is less than the appraisal ratio of a reasonable and representative sample of other properties similarly situated in the county of a comparable type, then the subject property value should be reduced to the appraisal ratio of these other properties. Well, what they're talking about is the appraisal ratio of the subject property is simply the appraisal district's value for the subject property divided by the true value. And there's a couple of ways you get the true value of the subject property. One is if there's a market sale. So if there's a market sale, that pretty well defines how much the property is worth, unless there's some unusual characteristics with regard to the sale. The other is you go out and get a professional appraisal. If you're trying to do it on the cheap, you can use the owner's opinion, which probably won't be as credible. So to get the appraisal ratio of the subject, you take the appraisal district's value divided by the opinion of market value. So if we're dealing with a retail center and the appraisal district's value, for the sake of argument, is $6 million and the value of the professional appraisal is $5 million, well then you'd be assessed at about 109% of market value. So you'd actually be over-assessed. So what you would do is if the median level of assessment of the comps of other shopping centers was 75%, you would take the value of $5.5 million, the market value of the subject property, and multiply it times 0.75, so you would be getting a double discount. First of all, you'd be getting it based on the correct market value, and then secondly, you'd be getting the benefit of the discount from the appraisal district's errors on all these other properties. So unequal appraisal is a great option. You often have to go to the judicial appeal level to get benefits of reductions on unequal appraisal, and there are firms that are set up to help you do it, and they will typically do it on a contingency fee basis, so there's no cost to you unless they reduce your property taxes. For more information on appealing your property taxes, visit us at cutmytaxes.com.